Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessica. Today we are filming a makeup inventory video. So for those of you who have watched my makeup inventory videos before, you know that is only the numbers. We're only talking the numbers. We're not seeing the products, unfortunately. I will be doing a makeup collection video later on in the day for that. Not necessarily today, later on in the future. I don't know why I said today. Maybe we'll get to it today, maybe we won't. I'm not sure, but it'll be coming around the corner soon. And for a disclaimer, I am trying to have less than what I have, though I know my collection in some areas are much smaller than other people, and in other areas much larger than other people. So yeah, I'm trying to get smaller just because I feel like that's where I'm the most comfortable with my makeup and how I want to have the relationship with makeup, my relationship with my makeup collection. But I know other people have much bigger collections and are completely 100% happy with that, and that's awesome. And yeah, and other people have much smaller and are 100% happy with that. And some people are smaller and want bigger, and other people are bigger and want smaller, and we're all wanting different things. And some people are bigger and want bigger, you know? But yeah, that's that. So no judgment here. These are just my numbers, and it's like a little accountability, and I love doing this and watching other people's. And yeah, it's a journey no matter what. Okay, so first things first, I'm gonna hopefully have the numbers over here, take some screenshots. The way in which this is formatted on my computer, it's kind of confusing, so bear with me. Hopefully I've figured out a system in my head on the computer as to how it will not be confusing for you all in the viewing side of things. So fingers crossed. Bear with me. I apologize. I'm trying to figure out a system. But let's go ahead and get into it. So the last time I did my counting last year was on October 3rd, 2020. This year it was on October 4th, 2021. So I had a year and a day. And yeah, some of the stuff last year I set goals for, and they were soft goals. They weren't like hard hitting, like, let's do this or else. It was, let's see if I can make this, like maybe, we'll see. I don't know, totally possible and totally some like may not be possible at all. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. They were kind of like prediction type goals. Maybe we can do something here. So there we go. Let's go ahead and get started. I do count my nail polishes the first. Oh, and I'm looking at my computer down here, so sorry if I'm looking down a lot. But my first thing was nail polishes. So on October 3rd, 2020, I had 50 nail polishes. This year I have 47 nail polishes. I wanted to get rid of 5, but I only was able to get rid of 3, so no big deal. I am gonna set a little soft goal again for next year, is to maybe hit 4, like, you know, get rid of 4, we'll see. But not too bad. I mean, 3 nail polishes, wish I was able to do more, but like whatever, like it was up and down with my usage. This whole year with my makeup has been up and down usage as we're coming off of 2020, getting used to the way in which I'm working as a freelancer and all that, which does, you know, affect how I do my makeup. Okay, so next I go into my regular makeup, and it's gonna be face primers. So face primers, like all of the base products basically, for me, were not in inflated category. We're not like a trouble category. They were a little bit higher last year for various reasons. I was going through acne problems. I also took some stuff off of my mom, who was decluttering stuff onto me. So yeah, but not a big deal. Like they weren't like high. I mean, I had 4 face primers. It wasn't like way more than what I was expecting. I didn't have a goal this year. I have 1 face primer. That's great for me. I'm happy to have 1 to 2, honestly. I ended up getting rid of 3, so that's good. Getting rid of meaning using up. And then I had foundations. So my foundations, I had 4. This year I have 3, and that means I got rid of 1. I'll go more into detail whenever I do my collection video as to like how that turned around, because I did bring in a concealer that I'm counting as foundation. My categories are fluid, the way in which I view things. Like I also had some lipsticks that I turned into a cream blush. So now now some individual lipsticks have been turned into 1 cream blush. So there's some fluidity in which in how I use my makeup and where they're fitting in the categories. So next I had concealers. I had 7 and now I only have 3, so that means I got rid of 4. Powders, I had 4 and now I only have 3, so it means I used up 1. Brows, I had 8 and now I have 6, which means I used up 2. I do have a goal for that for next year is to hopefully get rid of 1. So we'll see if I hit that goal. I think I'm going to be able to hit that goal, I think. So I'll be fine. For blush, I had 28 blushes. So now we're getting into the problem categories for me. 28 for blush, and now I have 26. I wanted to use up 3, but I only used up 2, but it's fine. Like I said, I had the cream lipstick, or the lipsticks that turned into a cream blush. But yeah, next year I kind of want to still use up 3. So we'll see. Hopefully I can do that, depending on what it is I choose to pan and use up. Okay, and then I had bronzer. My bronzer I had 8, and I still only have 8. So we'll see next time. I wanted to use up 1. I did not. I used up 0, which again is totally fine. That means I didn't grow any categories. That's great with me. And then my goal for next year is still to use up 1. I think I can get more than 1, but we won't push our luck. And then highlighters, I had 15. I wanted to use up 3. I still have 15. I think I have used up some highlighters, but I think there may have been some movement in which the way I'm counting, maybe. I'm not sure. But either way, I still have counted 15. Next year, though, I would love to use up 3, what my original goal is. Eye primer, I had 2. I still have 2. I'm still working on the one that I was working on last year. I think I had just opened it, and so now the one that I'm working on is starting to lose out, so hopefully at the very least I'll only have 1 next year, but I don't have a goal set for it. For mascara, I had 6. Now I have 3, which means I got rid of 3. That one is one that I'm good with going up and down with, because the way in which I get my mascara is freebie stuff from Sephora, or my mom, she tends to give me a mascara, or from the drugstore that I buy. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to grow in that if I'm buying it from the drugstore, but if I'm getting stuff for free, I don't have, or if I see a freebie on Sephora, I'll take it. And then eyeliner, I had 8 and now I have 5, which means I got rid of 3. Next year I would love to also use up 3 again. I would love to, my goal for eyeliner is not to have any eyeliner, because the way in which I use eyeliner is literally just lining the top lash line, and I don't do a wing or anything crazy geometric type stuff. I don't even use it on my inner lash line or anything. The way in which I use liner, I can also use just mascara, or not mascara, eyeshadow, dark eyeshadow for it. So yeah, I'm gonna try that out. We'll see. Not saying that's gonna be forever. I may every now and then want a crazy eyeliner, but for now, I think I'm gonna try to work it down to 0. So eyeshadow. We have an issue with our eyeshadow. So I had 418. My goal was to use up 18. That one I felt was an impossible goal. I was well, let's just say 18 because I would love to get under 400. But I was always knew I wasn't gonna hit that. Well, not only did I not hit that, I actually gained 14 shadows. I don't know how that happened. I think I either miscounted last year or this year. I don't know. The only thing I do know is I did bring in a 9-pan eyeshadow palette that was gifted to me, and so I don't know, but I don't know how I grew. That would have only been 9 shadows, but I grew 14 eyeshadows, and I know that I've used up some eyeshadows since last year as well, so I don't know where that came from, what's happening. I have no idea. Basically, there are 5 eyeshadows that at least that are unaccounted for. I don't know. I have no idea what's happening, but it is what it is. It's definitely an issue with again, either how I counted last year or this year. Hopefully it was how I counted this year. Maybe hopefully I just double counted something by accident, and next year we'll see the result of it being way less. But it very much could have been how I counted last year, which meant just my base eyeshadow inventory was off, which is a little frustrating, but it's fine. It's fine. So there's that. So I went up 14. I would love next year to actually go down. I said 10. Again, I still think 10's a lot, so I don't think I'm gonna hit 10 eyeshadows. But I think at this point, I just would love to not grow in eyeshadows. That would be the biggest thing. Okay, so lip liners, let's move on. Let's move on. So lip liners, I have 12 in, or I had 12 in 2020. In 2021, I have 11, which means I got rid of one. And I would love next year to actually go through 2, but we'll see. Hopefully I can do that. Lip glosses, I had 8. I wanted to get rid of 3, and I only got rid of 1, so now I have 7. My goal for next year is just to use up 1 again. Okay, so then I have lipsticks. Lipsticks, I had 38 lipsticks, and my goal was to get rid of 2, and I actually got rid of 6, and now I have 32. So that's huge. I think I only used up like 1 though. I think a majority of that actually was from the incident of the fluid categories, where I had like some lipsticks that were turned into cream blushes, or a cream blush. So I think that's where a majority of that came around. So my next year's goal is to use up 2. Who knows, I may use up more because of how we're, moving product between the different categories, but yeah, my goal is still gonna be 2. And then my last category is setting sprays. The way in which I'm using setting sprays is much different than what it was. I was using it as a setting spray, and now I'm only using it to wet my eyeshadow brushes, just to increase pigment on my eyeshadows. So that being said, I had 3, now I have 2, so it means I got rid of 1, or used up 1. And yeah, I mean, I'm good with that. Like, I only need 1 setting spray. I just have my MAC Fix Plus. I have the one that I'm using and a backup one. And I'd love to make sure that I use the one that I'm currently using. Hopefully I use it up. So that's my thing. Okay, so total, we had 617 products, individual products. And my goal was to use up 40. Definitely didn't use up 40. I kind of like just threw that number out there, and yep, it was just thrown out there. But I did use up 11 products, of course, with the discrepancy of somehow adding 14 new eyeshadows. I don't know. And yeah, so I have 606 products. Hopefully next year, I'm gonna put a goal of using up 20 products next year. Let's try to use it up. So yeah, we'll get under, hopefully next year we'll get under 600 products. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed we'll do that. So I also took an inventory of how many eyeshadow have pans in them. I have 16 eyeshadows with pan, and that is 0.04%. I think it's a little bit, it is technically less than that, but the way in which it's going into Google Sheets, it's like upgrading it, or rounding up, I should say. So yeah, hopefully next year, if I have less pans, it is because I have less pans of eyeshadow. So that's gonna be fingers crossed there. And then with the pans in my collection, like all of my collection, so face products and eyeshadows and everything else, I have 26. So yeah, again, hopefully if I have less, it's because I have less things in my collection, and I've used up the things with pans in them. And that's my makeup inventory. Thank you all so much for watching. I would love to know, hopefully next year we have, we count right, and we have less eyeshadows and less products in general, which this year we did have less products, so that's a good. But yeah, hopefully, if nothing else, at least we got that settled. We for sure have a number that's gonna be, I don't know. I can't believe I did that. We're gonna get through this. And next year we will have less eyeshadows. I know it. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know how your makeup inventory is. Let me know your numbers if you're willing to share. I love hearing, and again, we love hearing to different people's perspectives on their makeup. For me, I love having less makeup because recently I've really had to move a lot within the last like 5 years, and so I know every time I move, I'm bringing all these like little individual things. I also know I like to use the same stuff over and over again, so it just doesn't necessarily make sense for me. I mean, that being said, I am liking the way I'm like panning right now too, is I'm trying to use things up. I have project usage, I have project pans where I'm like literally just trying to hit pan on things. The way in which I'm using my makeup right now, I'm really, really enjoying and liking. I feel like I have enough variety, but that being said, I'm using maybe like 5 palettes at a time, and then I'm like happy. So yeah, I know I can be happier with less, but at the same time, I'm not a huge declutterer because I do like having, I don't know, like I don't necessarily have a ton of people I can declutter off onto. And so I know the things that I take, I will use and I will use. And so I don't want to like be wasteful. But anyways, I'm happy with my collection, but I want it to be smaller, and I want it to be smaller by using things up. And so that's what we're doing. And that's what we're doing. And we're having fun with it. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Yeah, I forgot what I was going to say, but I was going to say share your numbers if you're willing, and let's hear how you're feeling about your collection, whether you want more or less, or you're happy where you're at. We should all be celebrating with whichever way we want to go, because we're working toward a certain way and we are accomplishing it in one way or another. So yeah, we're all good. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you're having a good day.